So, am I here? I thought I might be. Attempting to do streaming. It's been a while. It's been a good while. See how I can go to my own stream. Hey, yeah, all right, maybe. Chat, chat, chat. Okay. So, I have not a lot of time, but some. And I want to make some progress on notqmail today. Notqmail is an open source mail server derived from qmail, which is a famous open source mail server. Every Friday since April, I've been working with people on Fridays as a group, as a mob with mob programming or a team or an ensemble to work on this open source code. And today I want to try to take one of the pull requests that we made and bring it the last mile. So we submitted a really well put together pull request. I think we incorporated all the feedback. I think at this point, the main and perhaps only blocker is the auto builds on GitHub. Not all of them on all the weird Unix platforms that notqmail can build and run on are building. And someone needs to take the care to straighten that out, and I'm probably the person who knows the best. So I'm going to take a look and try to straighten it out. And I have about half an hour today, which we'll have to do. So let's see what we can see. What can we say about this? Am I really live? Is this working? I might have to change what I'm doing to make it work. Like that. Does that work better? Whew, the display capture does not look right over here. I see. Okay, let's resize that thing until it can fit. It has been a long time since I streamed. Resize, resize, resize. That fits in a screen. Would you look at that? Probably works better, huh? So hopefully that is more visible. And when I throw this down and out, that should work too. Okay, let me get on this branch in my local checkout. I'm in the notqmail tree. Samarjo test qmail send jobs. Oh, it has diverged because there was a force push. I don't know exactly the best way to do this. The easiest way I know to do this is get back off the branch, delete my local version of the branch, which I have to really attest that I mean that, and then check it out again from the remote tracking branch. And now I should be in the right place. So what is this different from master? I can type, I swear. We have added unit test qmail send.c. We have renamed unit test blast unit test qmail remote.c. And we have added something to test make file. And there's no code change. This is just test changes, mostly new tests and one rename. So I guess it should be the case that if I do a make it man, those are the two targets that I'm interested in, we should do fine. Hold up a second. This is Twitch. Let me speed this up. I don't know how many CPUs I have. Let's call it more than 6. Ain't nobody got time to wait for linear builds. There we go. Looks like it built. And then I think what I can do then is say, similarly, test. Really? Do I not have check installed? I don't. Great. Please hold while I try that extension. For that, as promised, I will go to package source. This is a channel about notqmail and package source and IkiWiki. And here is the check package, and in just a moment I will have it, and then we should be able to run the tests on the branch locally. How about that? And that's it. I have check. That is it. Now, when I do the same exact thing I did a moment ago, it should run them and pass. Very cool. Okay, and that's the whole deal. And if I do a make clean, we are back to a tree that is clean except for the random crap that I've thrown in there. So, fine. Next order of business. Indeed, those changes look like the ones I was expecting when I did that git diff. What's left to do is look at the bottom of this PR, where, see these X's? X, X, X. Solaris default, Ubuntu latest, GCC default, Solaris. Yeah, a bunch of these do build. FreeBSD, all of them seem to go. Mac OS, they all seem to go, which makes sense. That's where we did most of our development. Ubuntu, they all don't go. And Solaris, they all don't go. So that's a bit messy, I would say. Let's see what we can do about that. We can look into why some of them failed. Solaris is going to be, I get the heebie-jeebies when I look at Solaris, so I would like to do that later if I can. What I would like to do first is Ubuntu. That's easier to think about. And I want to look at the really basic Ubuntu. Clang default or GCC default even doesn't work. Okay, great. Tell me more. What happened wrong? As you can see, it scrolled us down handily, but it did everything it needed to do build-wise, but when it ran the test, something failed. How so? Right. This is how so. Something failed. The something is that we are building with at least most of our warnings as errors so that they're promoted to major concerns so that we can fix them rather than tolerate them. Uh, and this is one. Normally this would be a warning when there's an implicit declaration of a function in C, but it has been promoted to an error in our builds, and that's good. We do want to not ever do that. So what's going on here? This function is provided by that check library. Let me pull that up. Check. This is a nice old reliable C testing library. And let's look here for the API. And the function we were trying to call was ck-assert ptr null. Here it is. And it has been, here we go, it has been available since check 0.11.0, which to my knowledge is not recent. Like for example, if I do package info check, I guess I shouldn't do it with a Q, package info check, I'm all the way up to 0.15.2, which I think is the latest, but anyway, 0.11 wasn't yesterday. If I go over here, implicit declaration of function would seem to indicate, especially if it's suggesting me a different function that is also part of check, it seems like it is finding the check headers and not finding ck-assert ptr null, which to me suggests Whatever version of check is available in the auto build on GitHub is older than 0.11.0. That is my current hypothesis. Otherwise, I don't know why this would happen. So let's see if we can figure out what that version is. May even have some evidence of it earlier in this video. Setup job, earlier in this build. Required actions checkout. Test deps, that's probably some apt-get. Yep, okay. We are doing some apt-get. We're going to get check and whatever those are. I don't actually know. And what are we going to end up with? Would you look at that? We're going to end up with check AMD64 0.10.0 dash something about Ubuntu's build. That is indeed too old. Okay, so that explains the error of running the tests on GitHub. It would be really helpful if I could point GitHub's Ubuntu at a package repository that is not so incredibly outdated. That would be handy, assuming there is one. So which Ubuntu are we talking about? We're talking about Focal. I think that's Focal Fossa. Let's see what I can get if I follow this link. I'm not exactly sure where to expect to find things. Project Ubuntu, Ubuntu. Oh, nice. You can get it to say Ubuntu as many times as you want. That's fun. Okay, that's not where I want to go then. Project. Is it? Nope, it's not a project. Is it dists? Yeah, okay. We're warm. I see some focal. Which one do I want? Focal universe is where we got the current one from. I don't, focal universe. It's going to be binary AMD64. I feel like this is, yeah, not going to be a good line of inquiry for me. Multiverse. If anybody knows how this packaging stuff works on Ubuntu, I'd love to hear from you. Focal updates. So these are 2020 and change. Focal to begin with is also nuts. Okay, so let's do some Googling. GitHub Actions Ubuntu. Where can I see something about what that is? Blog post, Ubuntu latest, virtual environments, GitHub Action. Ubuntu latest. So are we using the Ubuntu latest runner? Let's see if we are. Yeah, we are. Operating system, Ubuntu 20 LTS. Okay. Ubuntu 20 LTS is which one? Is that Focal Fossa? Ubuntu versions. Excellent. 20 is Focal Fossa. Yeah, LTS is Focal Fossa. Okay. What can we do about newer packages, yo? Ubuntu LTS newer packages. Programming, folks. How does it work? How do new package versions find their way to LTS? That's one, and packages search could be another one. I want to know about focal updates, I think, maybe. Let's just look for check. Package check. And this is about impish. I want to know about focal. Yeah, this is that version that we saw, so this explains why that's the thing we got by default. What I would like to find is a newer package also for focal. What does Groovy have? Groovy would be new enough. Her suit would be new enough. Fine. So take me to focal updates. What does that get us? I don't see check under development. Could be libraries, but it's not. Lib check? No. How much fun are we having? Focal backports? Is that what this would be? No. Gosh, this is not super enjoyable. Oop, I didn't read that one yet. How do new package versions find their way to LTS? For example, OpenSSL. I'm running Ubuntu 18, they say. OpenSSL had a security problem. Standard packages, apt upgrade should get it, but no. According to this particular OpenSSL Launchpad PPA thing, there is an OpenSSL package that reacts to that CV, but it still has yada. Okay, but this is a clue. What if I did this and changed the OpenSSL to check? What can I get that to do for me? Interesting. Not obviously helpful. These are the same numbers we were seeing elsewhere, where this is too old. And that is too bad. What can we do about this? So one option is let's go back to our test error right here, implicit declaration of function. We could probably provide our own define for this to express it in terms of whatever the heck else it's supposed to be expressed in terms of. Maybe we should. I don't know. We could, and then that would work with whatever old check you got, and we would have to be careful not to be redefining it if it is defined, in case you don't have an old version of check. So that seems like work that is not the work that I'm trying to do here. Another option is, it doesn't seem like it's available from the package manager. Maybe we could build it from source. But again, this is not the thing we're trying to do testing on. This is the thing we're trying to use to do our testing. So I don't really want to be building it. That's not fun. We could rewrite our own test to not use the most expressive function that's been available for years, to mollify this ancient stuff that's running in GitHub Actions. We could check out GitHub Actions and see if there's a way to get a newer version than Ubuntu latest. Because as we saw, even even anything newer than Fossa Focal is going to be plenty new enough. So let's go that line of inquiry. I want to get as much as I can from GitHub's automation. and as little as I have to from my own effort. I need that effort for something else. So, virtual environments. What can we do about that? To run a newer Ubuntu than latest. That's funny. Latest. So this is what's available now at the time of this blog post, which was 4 days ago. So maybe that is the newest thing we could get. What's this about? This is the repository with the source creating the virtual environments for GitHub's hosted runner. So I don't want to build my own VM, but indeed, this is that picture we just saw on that other page. Now it's a real table. It's saying Ubuntu 20, YOLO. That's it. That doesn't excite me. We do not plan to offer other Linux distributions. We recommend using Docker if you'd like to build using other distributions. Or you can leverage self-hosted runners. I guess I'd like to see what that entails. Excuse me. Self-hosted runners, about them. They are runners that you self-host. Choose an operating system. Aha. Custom hardware configuration, install software on your local network, choose an OS, not offered. That's what I would be interested in. They can be physical, virtual, in a container, on premises, or in a cloud. So it's up to me to get this runner going somewhere and then have GitHub talk to it. Supported architectures? For the application that communicates with GitHub. That's it. We got x64 and ARM. And ARM is Linux only. This is not awesome. What about other operating systems? Okay, then this does not help me in a way that I care about today. Bye-bye. CK assert pointer null. Oh, this is really not enjoyable. I want to find one more idea, which is, can we somehow get a newer version of that package? Someone somewhere has made a newer version of this package that maybe we could just jam into our build. So Ubuntu, I was maybe already looking at that page. That was this one. Let's try this. This is Ubuntu 20.04.3. I think I can SSH to such an Ubuntu over here that I have running. I do. It's a little bit newer. It's 20.10. This is an LTS. Oh, check is also a verb, but I meant install the thing that's called check. What version are we going to get? I bet it's newer. It was 0.12. So this is coming from Groovy Universe. So I could wild guess. I could try adding one of these source lines from Etsy Apty sources list to the GitHub runner, gambling, this is a gamble, that 20.10 isn't so much newer than 20.04 that a package wouldn't work. It's a gamble. Worst case scenario, it doesn't work, and I undo that. I'm not going to get myself backed into a corner. So I guess I will try this. Strange though it seems. How do I try it? I think I go back to my notqmail idea here and I try to edit. It's going to be the GitHub Actions and it's going to be our typical C, C++. And this, yeah, okay, Ubuntu latest is happening here. And we have a config matrix of operating systems, Ubuntu and macOS, and different combinations of how to build GCC with the defaults, GCC with the obsolete functions being removed, GCC with the different utemp use case, and then the same for Clang, same three. So if we're on Ubuntu, I guess I want to get in here. And yeah, because if we're on Mac OS, we do brew, otherwise we do apt get install check. And I want to get in here before that and mess with the sources list so that when I do the apt get install check, it would try to get the newer one. Risque. So what do I need? This was coming from Groovy Universe. Can I grep for that? I didn't think I saw it exactly like that. I didn't. Maybe with the space. This bears a slight resemblance to programming. Slight. Okay. So theoretically, if I throw those lines or their equivalents at the end of, yeah, I should probably get the same paths, but here, and just change focal main to Groovy Universe and see if that helps. I guess Groovy main and Groovy Universe, both of those. Okay, this is more fun than I'm entitled to. So we're gonna try. This is where we found our stuff. I'm gonna try not exactly like this, but here, let's work out loud. What I will want to add before I do the sudo apt get is it's got to say deb this, and then it's got to say this. And I want to see if that makes any kind of difference. So let me grab that line and go over here into el sudo blarg shell-c echo this thing. Whoop, that's going to need some quotes. To the end of Etsy apt, and that was called sources. Whoops, sources.list. Yeah, sources.list. Sources.list. And then sudo oops, apt get update. and then sudo apt-get install check. That looks plausible. Okay. Try to get a newer check. This is hacky tacky. Which remotes do I have? Yeah, git push upstream head. And let's watch what happens on this pull request. Ah, I pushed to the wrong branch. Git push delete upstream this branch. This is the branch we've been pushing to, and that explains why I saw extra stuff. Okay, yeah, update. Here we go. So I don't know if we'll get to watch this complete, but it should be different. So we are in theory running. Got some queued stuff and 11 in progress. In progress. Let's see which one is in progress for Ubuntu. Let's go there. What? That worked? Get out of town. Wait, let's see. Let's see if it really ran my stuff. It must have. Okay. I added that to the sources list. I ran apt-get update. I ran apt-get install check. And that takes a moment longer to do the update. I wonder if it's strictly necessary to do the update. We should try without. But yeah, we got a sufficiently new check. Helps a whole lot, don't it? Fantastic. Let's experiment with not doing the update, and then the stream is going to end for today. Maybe we don't need, this is a test, maybe we don't need apt-get update. This is exciting news, though. I didn't think we were. Yep, yep, yep. So this is 2 minutes ago. Need to give it a second. Solaris, failing, failing, failing. Yeah, so maybe we do have to say apt-get update, it would seem. Okay, so let's put that back. Git revert, is that the way to do it? Yeah, okay. I'm going to sign off because I got another meeting coming up. But I think what we got for today is the least worst option for getting our tests to run on the Ubuntu as provided by GitHub Actions. without working too hard or learning too much, which is always my goal. And that gets our tests that would otherwise pass able to run, and then they pass, which is what I expected. And that is cool. Let's just look at it one more time. I don't know if that does anything for Solaris, pretty sure it won't, but maybe the idea can apply to whatever's going on with Solaris, and we can do that next time. Got a newer version to check. This looks like it should go well. All right, let's watch it turn green, and then I'm going to sign off. Green, green. Green, 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 green. Come on now. Ubuntu is all happy. Maybe macOS is going to be a while. That's fine by me. We got what we came here for. macOS was already fine. I think it's going to be fine again. Thank you very much for watching my stream, and I will see you next time. Peace.